It's a nonprofit organization, and their mission is to do community service, education, and with libraries, and working with women to women, focusing with their, like I said, with their communities and everything, to give scholarships and to support whatever the Federation would like to do and everything in the way of education. My name is Carol J. Sas. My position with the Federation is their executive director. I'm there 36 years. I started as an assistant secretary, and then in 1999, the executive secretary had left, and then I became the executive secretary, and then they wanted to change the name, so then in 2000 the name was changed to executive director. And I've assumed that position till present. NJSFWC, New Jersey State Federation of Women's Clubs. And then we added after it of GFWC because we belong to the national organization, which is located in Washington, D.C. We're from 1894, so we just completed our 122nd year. We had our 122nd year convention in Atlantic City. Well, the Federation, when they started, it was like 21 years before they got interested in starting a college, but it was always in their thoughts and everything because they always had like an education chairman and everything. And we started with the purpose of helping out because in the beginning we were involved with World War I, and we had like in Haversack down at Fort Dix, we did like the USO. Before even the USO had started and everything, we made a place where the soldiers and things could just mingle and have a little bit of social life before they went overseas and everything. And we raised money for ambulances for the veterans and everything, and airplanes. There were airplanes. We had like 12 to 13 airplanes that the Federation had raised money for, and they were named for different. They could name them and everything, and they had a very interesting. But then the one in 1911, the president, they really started thinking of because they were with Rutgers. Rutgers was an all-male college, and they thought that we should have a women's college. And so then they started talking about it in 1911, and it took about 2 years before they really formed with the committee and everything. And then in 1913, they really got started with the state needs a women's college and everything. And then in 1918, then that's when it became really a reality. And it was the New Jersey College for Women. And then it was later called, I believe in 1956, then it got changed to Douglas College because of the first dean was Mabel Douglas. Well, I know I had met Mrs. Alton. She was one of our presidents. And see, a lot of that was there before. Their camaraderie was there before I even started to work with the Federation and everything. But they were always interested in education and colleges and everything. And it was just interesting to see what they've accomplished over the years with the college and everything, because most of the things that we do are for the college. We do scholarships, and a lot of them. The first one really was the music scholarship because we did the music building, and it was the Metathorns scholarship for music and instruments and everything. And then in 1940, that was with the Federation Hall and everything. And they were involved with the Library Studies Center. And then later on, then they did the Douglas Developmental Center for children with autism. And that always donated towards the college and worked with the college on many factors of what we do with our projects. And the club women throughout the whole state have always been involved with the projects for the Federation and the college. They were thrilled to have something that it was their own. They were proud to be the only one in the nation to have formed an educational purpose for what they always wanted to do with education and everything. And so then that brought the ties together with the Federation and the college. And then our building is on the outskirts of the college. We are on the campus of the college and everything. And we've run a program for Girls Career Institute. We just finished our 70th year this year. When we started out, we used to have 400 girls that attended. It was for junior girls in high school that attended it so that they would have some idea of what they would like to do with their life, with education and everything. And we have about 200 girls now that come every June for a week and spend at the college. It first started out as Girls Career Institute, Girls Citizenship Institute. It's now Girls Career Institute because they've changed the focus because the girls are interested in their studies as to what career they would like to go into. The clubs within the state pay for the girls to go, and they pay $225 for the 4-day session that they go, and the girls are very satisfied. It's very rewarding. They're a little scared when they start on that Monday because they haven't really been away from home, but it does give them an opportunity to find out what college life is all about. And that, because they're young, they're just 17 and 18 trying to decide, what college they'd like to attend. And then we do offer those who have attended Girls Career Institute, we do offer a scholarship in their freshman year, providing that Douglas is the college that they have picked, they can apply for that scholarship. The clubs, we have like continuing funds, and these sheets go out to each of the clubs, and they support the different projects, the different scholarships. Like I said, we give 11 scholarships to the college. They administer, we give them the money and they administer the scholarship, but we name all the different scholarships, so it's the choice of the clubs to donate or contribute to those scholarships which they feel necessary for the girls and everything. And our first scholarship was awarded, like in 1940, we started the Pan American International Scholarship for that they could bring somebody from another country to the United States. So it was Maria Orello that was the first international. She was from Chile. And so then after she was very successful and everything. So I was sitting in the office one day, we were opening up the mail and everything, and we received a check from her to the headquarters for $50,000 so that we could write our booklet on A Century of Challenge with for the Federation. And it was due to her contribution, and then it also started our library at headquarters. So it was through her coming here, and she was rewarding us we gave her the chance to come to America and study and that. And we still give the international scholarships to this day. They were always lobbying for the education when Rutgers would kind of not lean to make it the all-women's college, then they would go down with the dean and fight for it to stay a women's college. Going to conventions, I remember we used to have the Metathorn scholars come and perform for us. Exquisite education in music when the girls would either sing or play instruments and everything. It was wonderful to watch young women pursuing their professions as educators, that they would move forward and everything and go on. We used to do College Day with Douglas, and it went on for probably about 70 years or so, 80 years. And that was a day that the college and the Federation would do together, inviting the schools within New Jersey to come a day and spend their time on the college campus, hoping that it was kind of like a recruitment, so that we wanted everybody to try to go to Douglas, our college. No, I didn't go to college. I would have loved to have, but I was a caregiver for like my family and everything, with my mother and father and my brother and everything. So it kind of, but I did want to make sure that my children went to school, so they went to college and community college. And I still say someday I might get in there and go to college, because I really feel it's so important for education. Even though I've done very well myself, I feel like something's missing out of life. And it's like I do envy everybody that had gone to college. I didn't have the opportunities when I was younger, because I was always like taking care of the family. And the family, to me, always came first. There's myself, my daughter, and my granddaughter, and I have another granddaughter. When she needs community service for school, she comes over to headquarters and says, "Graham, what can I do over here to volunteer to help you out?" And so she comes in. So it's really nice to work with the family. We're like the Three Musketeers over there at headquarters. I don't know. It's just something that happens. But they both enjoy being at the Federation and everything. It's educated them too, because of all the various women that come into the building and the programs and different things that we do offer our club women throughout the state. Because we have art department, we have an arts creative department, and arts performing, an education, a conservation, a home life, public issues, and international outreach programs. And we give all these programs to our clubs. These are suggestions that they can work on, but it's not something that they have to do. They may have their own programs that they like to work on. And we do hope a lot of the clubs do give lots of money for scholarships for their high school seniors to continue on with their educations. How important the Federation is to Douglas? I think that it's very important to the Federation, that Douglas College. They're very proud of the college, and I believe the college is proud that we're one of the founders not one of the founders, we are the founder of the college. And we've worked very well together all these years that's been in existence. And we hope the closeness always is there for us and the college. We always wanted it to stand on its own entity, just be Douglas College. Not that they were against Rutgers University, but they just felt like we wanted to know where our funds were, would be going and everything. We like it to go to the college, since we're the founders of the college. So, but we're still working together, with the university and everything, and we had hoped that residential part wouldn't have had to be in there, and that it would only still been Douglas College. Mabel Smith Douglas, she was the first president of the Federation, and her thoughts were also with education and everything, and she did a lot with the education over at the Federation, and she then left and to become dean of the college. He was dean of the college, and each one brings something different to the Federation. Which makes it challenging for the clubs and everything, and there's always something new that comes forward. Mm-hmm. From headquarters, when I started in '80, there's been a lot of changes. It really has expanded, because now I do know that the college is open for their studies. Like the college itself is still women, but their classes are for co-ed, and that was changed since I've been here. And then it seems like there are a lot more students at Douglas that have come up through the years and everything. I know the traffic has increased tremendously, and I've seen, with the different buildings and what's going on now with the new building over here by the drama on College Avenue. Well, right now they're working with the raising the monies for the 100th anniversary, because they want to give each of the outgoing seniors that graduate in 2018, they're going to give them a book of the history of Douglas. So they're raising funds for that at this particular time. Each graduating senior will receive a copy of that book. That's what they had asked us to, if we would be interested in doing something like that. And it's like about $7,000 to print enough of copies for the graduating seniors. I would say approximately for their scholarships, it's somewhere always between fairly close to anywhere between $15,000 to $20,000 each year that they give for their scholarships. Because a lot of the scholarships, well, the earliest one was the music scholarship in the 30s, and then the Pan American one was in the 40s, and then the other ones seemed to come in more like the late 40s into the 50s and everything. So, and then our membership was a lot higher and everything than it is now, because of so many women going back to work and everything, that they've had to drop out and then, but they eventually, after they retire, so they do come back and continue with the Federation, which we're very happy that they do. And I think women's clubs are very, very important, because they service their communities, they educate their communities on so many different things. They're helpful with their communities. They've a lot of them have started with their libraries, their food banks, their fire squads, their police. For the safety of the police, they've given the vests and everything to them. And libraries are very important to the Federation, because we were named from Trenton with the National Federation and the State Library as contributing many books. When they ask for books, when you ask a Federation club for books, you better have your trucks ready to haul them away, because you will get inundated by the outpouring that the club women will do. Mm-hmm. If you ask them to do a project, that project will be done. They take it wholeheartedly. Yeah, there was always somebody that was there to keep a watchful eye, so that everything was going right with the college and everything. And we always conversed with all the deans and everything. I've been involved with Dean Mary Hartman and Dean Shaler and Dean Ambar and now Dean Litt, and that we've always had a very nice rapport with the deans. My favorite, I would have to say, was Mary Hartman. Not that the other ones weren't, but she always had that love for the love for the Federation, and she would always seem pleased with everything that we always did for the college and everything. And whenever you spoke with her, she was right there with her energy, her time, and her talents to always guide us, in the right direction and everything. And it's not that the Federation, like I said, the Rutgers University is, but we feel that the monies that we raise for scholarships, we want to make sure that they do go to Douglas College students. And that's so if and when it would ever happen that they would open it up, I don't know what the Federation would do, because they really want it to go, since we're the founders of the college, they do want it to go to the girls to further their education in leadership or whatever they pursue. We would probably have quite a bit, because our ladies would come out in full force to go to Trenton and put a bill through or to veto a bill. They would really be in full support of the Federation. And if Douglas needed our help, we would be right behind them.